fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. I hope he, like, has a horrible Christmas.
Hey guys, welcome back to Nubio. Now listen, I know it's been a few weeks per se since I've posted my intermission, but today I'll be talking about one of my most favorite Roblox games, Item Asylum. In our day and age, Roblox is inflated with too many cheap games that millions of 400-pound mayonnaise gargling basement dwellers pulled out of their ass to make an experience that only a failed abortion would get any shred of joy out of. But don't you remember the old days where you could scroll down the page and find unique experiences in which its creators would post their piece that restores your faith in humanity? In which its creators would post their piece de resistance that restores your faith in humanity. Item Asylum is one of those, a memory of simpler times, an experience that transcends you as a person, physically and spiritually. It is a piece that will be reflected on and studied millions of years. Now, Item Asylum is a psychedelic-induced shooter game that is centralized in its weapon variety. Developed by JPX Studios, it's got that bastardization vibe that you might remember from games like Buckshot Roulette or beat up homeless people behind a 7-Eleven. The concept is simple. You spawn in a chaotic free-for-all where random weapons might range from a classic gun to, well, a goddamn nuke. One moment you might be wielding a regular sword, and the next you're swinging around a baguette or blasting your enemies with another nuke. It's that unpredictability that keeps players entertained in a way that a normal shooter game cannot emulate. Now, some of these items are incredibly powerful. For example, the Smile weapon gets insanely powerful after reaching 10 kills. And there are obviously nukes that I said earlier that can wipe up whole entire groups. But what's crazy that, despite all its randomness, it still feels balanced. Sure, there are some OP weapons, but you always feel like you have a chance to get something that is just as insane. Oh yeah, some other OP items I should mention as well is Bird Up, which requires some communication between 3 players. First, you need a person who has a bird on his head, then you need another player to have a judge, and then one more player to have a torch. Once you combine all these together and you just get close enough holding your weapons out, boom, you got a Bird Up. And you can dominate the server to your liking. You get the big club thing, I forgot what it's called, and Judgment, which kills players based off their karma, which to be honest is something I still don't really understand. And then it also depends which part of the Bird Up you are in, because there's different abilities for each one as well. And also there is boss weapons as well. First, you have to go into a private server, open up the Item Asylum menu, and you have to do a perfect run. To turn on the perfect run, you have to click on the purple player icon thing, and then eventually scroll down to somewhere and it'll say perfect run. And for the perfect run, you have 1 life, which means you just have to have really good RNG. And basically what most people do is they just keep on restarting the match until they get a good loadout. Also, it's of course have more people. The more the merrier, of course. That way you don't have to probably restart so many times. But 1 life, and hopefully, the game literally says hopefully RNG's in your favor, so. But some of those weapons are also OP. In my opinion, I think the Ouija boss weapon is pretty powerful. Mainly because you can swing the anchor around, and you can just summon Ouijas from dead corpses. Also, there are some Halloween exclusive weapons. The latest update included a bat sword, and you can only get that weapon if you were playing Item Asylum during October 2024. I believe there's some other item exclusives, I'm not really sure. But before, that's the only one I've seen, so yeah. Now let's talk about something a little bit different. If you've been playing Roblox for a while, you might have noticed that a lot of newer games just feel like a repeated 5-hour philosophy lecture. There's a sense among older players that games just don't capture the same energy as they used to. And honestly, I think it comes down to the simplicity. Roblox games used to be all about jumping in, having fun without having to do a 80-page research paper that just goes over the lore. you'd find these goofy, chaotic experiences where things just felt random and stupid, in a good way. Today, it seems like every other game is a simulator or a tycoon. While some are just fun, they often feel like they lack creativity. It's the same thing over and over again, just with different skins. It just feels like repeatedly smashing concrete in your cranium. Uniqueness that used to define Roblox is fading, and for older players, it's hard not to feel like the platform is bland as YouTube Shorts. That's where Item Asylum shines. It captures what Roblox should feel like. Fun, random, and downright weird. It's not about grinding endlessly or building an empire, it's about jumping into a chaotic world where anything can happen. That's exactly the type of experience that older players, like me, crave. Something that feels goofy, unique, and rather than polished and commercialized. So what is it actually like playing Item Asylum? Honestly, it's some of the most fun I've ever had on Roblox. Weapons feel balanced in a way that, while some OP, everyone just has a chance to grab something crazy. You never know when someone's gonna pull out a nuke or knock you out with a frying pan. The game modes are a blast as well. Elimination gets competitive, and Team Deathmatch feels like a never-ending battle where just one OP weapon can flip everything upside down. Capture the Point is intense, but sometimes it's just a total steamroll. Juggernaut is a game about a one versus all, where one player is selected to be an overpowered boss that everyone else must defeat. Normal boss mode can be fun, but it completely lies on the skills of the server you're in. But weapons like Master Spark can change the tides. Zombie Infection forces players to stick together, making teamwork feel essential. The only mode that sometimes feels a little bit slow is Murder Mystery. But honestly, after an insane boss fight against Ouija, or 10-hour burst ban for all that matter, it's a nice break. I gotta say though, while you're just like playing around in the free-for-all, it really just feels nice after you just get a really good weapon and you just start stacking up a streak. And at some point you just keep on stacking it up and then just like get a 40 kill streak almost. But at some point people are going to target you, of course, because people are aware of that. And yeah, the game's just kind of like, if you are good at the game, you only get rewarded for getting better, especially with certain weapons. Like the ones I can think off the top of my head is just a Soto something. I think it's basically a pistol laser gun, and the more damage you get, you can release a huge ultimate move. And then the other one is the Master Spark, which you have to just get 300 damage, and you can shoot out a huge blast wave that can pretty much insta-kill anything. And then there's the button as well, which that one literally summons a tactical nuke. I believe that's from Call of Duty, of course. The only issue is, especially with those weapons, it is kind of frustrating when you die after like all getting it every single time, because as soon as somebody sees you have that weapon, you're gonna get targeted pretty quickly. But them's are one of the few rewarding weapons you get if you're just good at the game. Oh yeah, that's something else I'd like to briefly mention. One of my other favorite details about Item Asylum is just the ragdoll physics. It just reminds me of TF2 community servers in a way, just because every time you die, you hear a different sound effect of your avatar pleading for your life, and it never gets old. And also, you won't believe the amount of emotes that are in this game as well. Like, there is almost every single reference to probably any single thing you can think of in there. Personally, I just hit the gritty every once in a while. Some Yakuza, Friday Night Dancing, or there's just a bunch of other ones in there as well. You can also get name tags, acquiring, a lot of coins. Some of these emotes are fairly expensive, but you get the one that you like mainly. You just doodle around, and that's what keeps the vibe in Item Asylum. Just the emotes, and everyone just, I don't know why, everyone keeps on hitting the one Broly emote. I don't know what's with that one, but it just seems to be common. Oh yeah, can I also mention that there's literally gambling in this game? Like, I know it was already kind of gambling with items based on RNG, but the specific map, Casino, mostly everyone there just stops attacking just to accumulate around gambling, because you can play blackjack, you can play, I think, slot machines maybe. Honestly, I'm just kind of a blackjack person, so I honestly just go straight to the blackjack stands. So, but yeah, basically, you don't really gain much from there. I mean, it's like you put in 50 points, and then you gain back 2 times if you win, and you lose, well, everything if you lose, of course. So, well, not all your winnings, but like 50 points in, you lose 50 points out. So, yeah. It's those little touches that gave the game personality, and yeah, I've noticed more competitive players recently, but at its core, it's very laid back. It used to feel easier a year ago without the bitchless 600-pound cucks that feed on Mountain Dew, but, well, even now, the fun, chaotic energy is still there. To sum it up, Item Asylum is a perfect example of what Roblox should feel like. It's got that goofy, meme-filled chaos that makes the platform fun, especially for older players who miss the simplicity and randomness. We just need more games like this. Less endless grinding, and more creative, crazy, unpredictable fun. So if you're an older Roblox player, or just want to try something new, definitely check it out. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of Item Asylum, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe.
I am currently hitting the gritty for Item Asylum. Join our Roblox server now, and let's hit the gritty for your server together. Look! This user is already hitting the gritty for Item Asylum. Be like this user and buy the gritty emote today.